Welcome to our new segment of Four Brown Girls. My name is Bongega Masango and I'm joined by my fellow brown girl, Noxolo Mafu.
Hello.
Today we have two guest brown girls, the ladies of YouTube channel Pop Culture, Nwabi Samda and Tevi Mahlaba.
Hey girls.
So today's topic is hair. Good hair, as people say it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk around the idea of black women wearing weaves and whether or not it's them trying to become white or Western. Some people go as far as saying that it's un-African. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, I can kick us off. I think it really is problematic. I think hair has been a huge thing for us as young women. And like, also, you know, we're the cosmopolitan women, you know? So it's really hard to try and navigate what it is that I should do my hair. If I go natural, I'm a soul sister, all of a sudden, there's a lot of labels that go with it, you know? And I feel like I don't know who chose to revoke my agency with my hair. How can you tell me I'm un-African by choosing to put on a weave or whatever? It's available. I've got money for it. Like, I just don't agree with it at all.
I just don't think that it's as intense as people are making it out to be. Because I think the one thing that I find is a lot of the things that we buy into is very much dictated by popular culture. And at the moment, it's so cool to have a weave. Whereas during our time of our parents, having natural hair and having your hair relaxed was sort of, it was either that or the other thing, or braided or whatever it is. So now things have changed and it's like now you can buy the weave, you can have braids, you can have natural hair. And for me, I don't think that it's anything that necessarily makes me feel any type of way. If anything, I feel blessed / excited because I can do so many things with my hair. I mean, even when I go to work, I always change my hair very often and they'll always be like, oh, haha, your hair's nice, oh, your hair's nice. Because it's just, I can do it. And, you know, a lot of the time, white people, Indian people, or whoever that is that doesn't have black hair, they can't style it a certain way. It's just wash and go. And we can't wash and go. There's absolutely no way we can wash and go. So I don't really think that it's a bad thing that people buy into the idea of wanting to own weaves.
So, Nobisa, you touched on the idea that weaves are part of popular culture. Do you not think that maybe the idea of having a weave, or where it began, was from the idea that Western beauty is the beauty standard?
Well, I mean, it definitely starts from there. I mean, just look at Pantene ads. I mean, that hair is moving like everything. Do you know what I mean? And I think from a young age, and I was actually just watching one of Tyra's interviews from a while ago, that little girls kind of mirror themselves to what they think or what they see is pretty or what they think is beautiful according to what you're saying, what they see on TV. And what you're seeing on TV is that hair that's flowing in the wind like there's nothing. You know what I mean? And so that definitely is where it kind of started, but I think it's a bit of a responsibility from our parents to have had to shift our thinking and to start and to instill the thing that black hair is also beautiful. And I don't think that there's a lot of time spent on that. We're not seeing the Beyoncés, we're not seeing the Nicki Minaj's, we're not seeing the very, very, very influential people rocking their hair to start to make that change. The conversation is starting amongst like who?
No, and the thing is, there is a movement for good hair. Like, you know, there's like, I mean, the feminist Stockfile or whatever in Joburg, you know, they really are cool things that are letting us understand our hair, because I think that's another thing. If I'm seeing Pantene all the time, I've been made to believe that it doesn't fit with my hair. But at the end of the day, it's still shampoo, like it still cleans your hair. But the way we've been conditioned, because it's so long and silky, is that it's not for me. So I think we do need to reacquaint ourselves with the hair, but I think the problem I have with this weave or braid or whatever hairstyle you choose, if I choose to relax, is that you're making a decision for me based on what it is that I choose to have hair. I understand that. I understand I chose a weave, but that's my choice. You don't get to dictate that. So I feel like at the moment, like, we're at a point like where we need to try to figure ourselves out in that sense. Like, what do you want to do with your hair? But it's the labeling on top of that. How am I supposed to deconstruct and decolonize, I guess, this whole hair thing? If you're also coming at me with labels. I just struggle with that. I'm not sure if you have the same thing.
I think for me, I was just thinking how surprised we get when someone is wearing their natural hair. It's just like, oh my God, you took off the weave or whatever. So with what Bongega is saying about that perfect like standard, I think the perfection of the woman is also another thing that just makes you feel like I've got to have a weave, I've got to have something that is going to make me look like, oh my God, I'm walking out on the street and this is me, I'm fierce. And once I take off the weave, it's just like, oh my God, where's that girl? Oh my God, your hair, and then the nappy hair then becomes another thing that looked at in a bad way. And like now I can't wear my nappy hair because it's just like, wow, girl, where are those braids? Where's that girl? Do you know what I'm saying? So, and like outside of you know, like us, you know, because we already have our own kind of competition of, ooh, I'm fierce because I got the weave and you can't afford the, so that mess. But I just think there's also a kind of a female perfection that we are aspiring to outside of just trying to be white in ourselves.
Absolutely.
That literally looks like the Pantene ad, because I want to look
to be able to,
because this is what you've told me is the bomb. I want to be the bomb. And
see,
so,
but I don't know. I think for me, it's just, again, I think in my mind is that it's just not something, when it comes to a weave, it's a different way of expressing your beauty, and it's a different personality that you put on. It's like makeup. You'll put on makeup to feel a certain way. Hair kind of also becomes that thing. And I mean, when I just took out my cornrows just yesterday, and that already also got to a place where I was like, I don't want this thing on my head anymore. But I also don't want my natural hair on my head anymore. And there's a lot of things, because for me it's like, again, speaking to the fact that we can't just wash and go. When it rains, then what must happen? You know? Whereas when there's a weave and there's braids, it's like, okay, cool. It's not really making my hair wet, so I can blow dry it, straighten it, and I'll be back to normal. Or I can, you know, wait for it to dry out and I can be back to normal. But I think for me, it comes with, I don't know, for me, hair is so exciting. And it's just, I never look at it. For me, I'm always like, okay, girls who do weaves, I commend them, and I'm like, girls, you clearly have the budget, because I'm that person who's like parting with the 1.5 to 3,000 rand for one bunch of hair.
Absolutely.
and this is why we're gonna ride it out for weeks,
months, plenty weeks.
You
will take it
out.
out.
I paid my money and I've bought this, so I'm going to wear it. It's like, it's just, like we're saying, like, it's like clothes, it's like makeup, it's like something else. It's another part or another aspect of your attire, of how you want to present yourself. So, you know, this saying that you're trying to look is just, I don't know, it's, I think it's just, it's played out, it's boring. It's just a lazy way of trying to be like, okay, we don't really want to discuss it, you just want to be, I want to be Nokolo, that's why we both got braids. And
You know what I mean? You know
I
what
want to
I
be like you.
mean?
Not really asking why did I wear the beige or why did I, it's just, I don't know,
My only problem with people saying that when you wear a weave, you're trying to be white or you're trying to be Western or simulate that type of beauty, is that why is it that I'm trying to be white? Because when I get a boob job, you're not telling me, oh, you want to be a Playboy model. When I get a nose job, you're not saying, oh, you want to be this, 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 that. You're just saying, oh, you got that done because you were uncomfortable. Why can't I be like, I got this weave because my natural hair is a lot of work?
Yeah, and it is, and it's weird because I remember we had a conversation like in the office about like, you know, about hair, because obviously, you know, these are conversations we have, like that many people not know, like, what's your next plan? Like, my girls and I will talk on WhatsApp, like, I want this hairstyle, and you really have to meditate on what it is that you're going to do next. It's a huge jump. And I was saying to Bika that, like, you know, dude, I'm really, like, nervous about having my own hair. I kind of look like 12, and, you know, and I need to then rework how I see myself. Like, with a weave, I understand myself a particular way. With braids, I understand my, like, I don't want to inquire with my own hair, which is also, I guess, a bad thing. And obviously something I still need to work. But there's obviously vulnerability in our hair and like getting to understand that. So I appreciate the movements. I just don't find it productive then while I'm trying to navigate that to have people come at me. We were talking about Hugh Masekela, who refuses to take pictures with people with weaves, you know. I don't know. I think with that, just commenting on the Hugh Masekela thing, is that he comes from a different generation and he comes from a different set of values and standards. Naturally, it's instilled, like, you know, into our generation as well, but we are now living according to a different manuscript. We're living in a time where, like we're saying, the Beyoncés of our time have the weaves. It's cool. You don't want to miss out. And I think young people just in general don't want to miss out. And I think it's very difficult to box it and say having a weave is this type of thing, it's being white. Like Tembi said, that's played out, it's boring. That kind of conversation is old now in my mind as well. And and we can't sit here and pretend like hair in general or a certain type of hair is more maintenance than the next. Natural hair is maintenance, braids is maintenance, weaves are maintenance, hair is maintenance. And especially when you have braids, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's getting old now, so obviously the roots are coming out. So now do I
you know, do the front first and just to, you know, keep it okay, or do I take it out? And like you're saying, it's that meditation, it's that conversation that every single time you have to keep working at this thing, and then having to source from your friends, guys, what hairstyle do you think I should do? You know, it's summertime, it's coming up now, I need to look fresh. So it's a lot.